Very good morning, guys. Welcome back. Today, let us conclude the topics related to post-World War and India. And what was the conclusion? India and its neighbors. So, when you talk about our country, India, what are the neighboring countries which are connected to our nation? The neighboring countries like Pakistan, China, Bangladesh, Sri Lanka, Nepal and Tibet. All these are connected with our nation. In what manner the relationships are introduced and in what manner they are connected. Now let us know in detail. Before we learn about India and its neighbors, first let us know about the one as yesterday what we have discussed regarding the one what we called non-alignment movement. Actually, what was there in this non-alignment movement? Why these dignitaries they met over there at Bandung in 1955, and what are the important talks which has been taken among the state's chief spokesman like Nehruji, Sukarno, Tito Bros, and Choin Lay. All these are the dignitaries they met over there in this, and what are the things which they discussed, especially the architecture of norm is the first Prime Minister of our country, Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. So, what are the things which are there here? Means India tried to base its foreign policy on the Gandhian principle of peace and non-violence. So, what are the things which they are focusing? Means peace and non-violence. This is especially related to the father of our nation. Peace, non-violence is the main theme or the main weapon what Gandhiji has followed. So, in that regard, to emphasize its determination for peace, even Jawaharlal Nehru also renowned Panchashil principles. Panchashil means 5 important principles. What are the 5 important principles? How they are connected to our nation? Let you know in detail. The first one, let you know that respect for each other's sovereignty and territorial integrity. The very essential thing as what we know that give respect, take respect. So this is not only applicable for our daily walk of life but even for the nations. When we involve over there, we should have sovereignty in the sense nothing but power, territorial integrity like having their own unification of their own boundaries of the borders, whatever you call. So that we have to respect each other. That is very important of the first principle which was designed, and he was the architecture. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, what he has been focused the first. That is very important one. And coming to the second, non-interference and settlement of disputes with mutual understanding. So what was the next what it says means we are no way to involve in others dispute in the sense nothing but problem, any conflict whatever which is going based upon border issue or like encroaching of other lands or making some or the other to occupy or to capture for like what we called securing the power, like to make political, economic or social in whatever the aspect, we should not involve, and that should be only with one what we call mutual understanding. So that is what it says. Secondly, what we call non-interference and settlement of disputes with mutual understanding. Coming to third, non-interference in internal affairs of other countries. Whatever the things which are related to other countries, we are no way to involve in that. We are no way connected to that. So that is not the right process. What it says clearly, not to involve over there in this internal affairs. So that what it says. Non-interference in internal affairs of other countries. No way we are not to involve over there. And coming to the next what we call endeavor to achieve cooperation and mutual respect in international relationship. If you want to maintain international relationship, we have to respect each other. As we have to welcome them and we have to respect them. This is very first and foremost important thing, making international negotiations, nothing but agreement. So, and the very important thing is that promoting peaceful coexistence. what we have to make at last, as we know, we have already learned the main aim of UNO also we have seen: prevent wars, preserve peace. So the main motto of the world, the UNO, United Nations Organization, what they have been taken, same like peaceful coexistence. All these are the 5 important principles, nothing but what we call Panchashil. That was the importance of one what we called Panchashil, which was designed, and he is the architecture Mr. Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru. Now let us know about India's relationship with China. As you can see here, the China, Tibet, India. So when you see about the China, what type of relation we have? And when we talk about the China, as you know that it is a world populous country followed by our nation. And here about the China, like various types of dynasties which they have been ruled and governed, like Sung dynasty, Ming dynasty, Tang dynasty, all these are the dynasties. Not only that, Great Wall of China. They are well educated people, but they don't know the value of zero. And they are the first people who introduced civil service examination. So all these are the things, but what type of relation we have made, in what manner we are connected with the Chinese relationship, that what we are going to know here. So China became a communist republic in 1949. India supported a permanent seat in UN Security Council of China. So we are the people, that means India is the nation where it has recognized to be there as a communist republic where it was following. And not only that, even our country, India, helped China to take part in the Bandung Conference in spite of their ideological. The country signed the Panchashil Pact on 29th April 1954. So these are the things what we have supported. But in spite of our support, even though China attacked to India, that is on 1962 because of border dispute. How these things are happened, as you know that. Here, like China and Tibet, here the Tibetans, the people, whoever they are there, when they are exile of warfare, when they are coming as asylum, or we are given them as a shelter. So the people of Tibetans, they came and settled over there in our country, including Dalai Lama. So that is what they are asking. Why you have supported to Tibetans, as we are ready to annex and capture over that region, like what you can see the map which is clearly showing here, the one what we call Tibet. So that is what it says here. China annexed Tibet in 1950 on the plea that it was a dependent state of the old Chinese empire. There was a revolt in Tibet which was crushed by the Chinese. Thousands of Tibetans escaped along with the Dalai Lama and took refuge in India. China tried to invade India and territories in October 1962. So that is what they are asking. Why you have given shelter to the Tibetans, including Dalai Lama? So that made what it created, like adversary to make involve over there in China. And at the same time, Chinese, they annexed over there in this Arunachal Pradesh, like what we call Aksai Chin. It is a border area which is related to Arunachal Pradesh, where these Chinese were encroached, and that encroachment made to participate war with China. Though we are not interested to involve over there about the war, but the situation has turned, and at last we ourselves made a negotiation to stop such type of encroaching, especially related to China. That is what we are making a contact, or what we try to maintain a friendly nation. Unfriendly to friendly, some situation, some movement which has been turned. So the main intention of that is that why Indians are given shelter to Tibetans, and based upon that only they have been made such type of inconvenient to India, and they started encroaching over there. Aksai Chin, it is a part and parcel of Arunachal Pradesh. That made the people to be troubled. That all what it says about the one India's relation with China. Now, after completion of China relation, what type of relation we have with Pakistan? That is nothing but what we call India's relation with Pakistan. So what type of relationship we maintain with Pakistan? Here very interesting when we talk about India and Pakistan, as you know that from the beginning, even the people who watch cricket also, India-Pakistan match means they are eagerly waiting. And there in this, as you know that the main intention from the beginning what they are saying means Kashmir belongs to Pakistan. But we won't accept that. It is the head of our nation and it is very essential as we know that. But people are not accepting. So based upon that, how this incident took place, that all what it describes clearly regarding the one what we call India's relation with Pakistan. Let you know this. So India and Pakistan became independent nations. As you know that with Muhammad Ali Jinnah, Nehruji, and that was the conclusion. And you know that the main intention here, India and Pakistan was separated only on behalf of religion. As we framed our nation as what means secular, but whereas Pakistanis, they said very clearly it's only the one state what we call Islamic, no any other religion should be there. So based upon that, these are the divisions what it has been made, as we have already learned in the previous classes. So what was the conflict between these two countries? The main reason is only the one what we call Kashmir, that is like what we call POK, Pakistan occupied Kashmir. POK is nothing but Pakistan occupied Kashmir. So in the beginning of 1970, Pakistan faced the biggest internal crisis. India was faced with an influx of refugees from East Pakistan. India under its Prime Minister Indira Gandhi began to provide support to it and tried to win international support for its causes. So what was the reason why we have made involved to have a war with Pakistan? The only reason is that, as if you see this map, it is very clearly West Bengal, East Bengal. East Bengal, nothing but the present Bangladesh. West Bengal, as you know that. So in these, what happened means the people of Pakistan is like they are asking to join with Pakistan, but the people over there in this, Bangladesh, they don't want to join. And then a clear talks was taken place and elections were held, and Mujibur Rahman, who was house arrested, and he was taken back. So these are the past story what we have learned in previous topic. That is the thing what it says. So main intention of that, they want to occupy over the Kashmir issue. So at this situation, like previously what we have seen, Ayub Khan, Yahya Khan, they made what means as a military proposal, and they wantedly made to attack over the India. But at that situation, the UN Secretary General, Yu Than, he made a compromise to make between India and Pakistan. The ceasefire has taken down and he has been stopped the situation, as you know that. So in this situation in the year 1999, Kargil war, in which anti-militants has occupied portions of Indian territory with backing of Pakistani army, had to be repelled with a military operation. So this is as we know that. At this situation, when they try to encourage, when they try to make the inconvenient to Indians, but even though we have fought against of them in a peaceful manner, not with any war equipments what we have introduced. So the main intention, that is the reason Nehruji what he was saying, peaceful coexistence. So that are the things what it says here, especially how we have maintained the relationship, but with which nowadays we are having trade, commerce, and having mutual understanding and cooperation, like in international affairs, to maintain a healthy relationship with one what we call about the nation what we call Pakistan. That what it says regarding the one. And coming to the next, as you know, this is what it is appearing, the one what we call Bangladesh. What type of relationship India has maintained with this Bangladesh? So Bangladesh got liberated from Pakistan in 1971 with the help of Indian troops. This is the problem what it has been created for them. Why you the people are supporting, as they are the Muslims, they have to join with Pakistanis, that is their intention. But what Bangladesh people are treating means India as a big brother. They are there, Indians are there to help us in any circumstances if anything is going to be happen. That was the strength of Bangladesh, and that made what means like aggressiveness towards India and Pakistan. The only reason because of 1971 why India is supporting to Bangladesh. So these are the things with which like what happened means India and Bangladesh has several differences in sharing of river waters of the Ganga and the Brahmaputra. And even this is the issue which became the sharing of water of river Ganga as well as Brahmaputra. India also opposed the large scale illegal migration of people from the Bangladesh to India. India had fencing, but the Bangladesh objected that. So this is what it says. We made our own fencing. Like no way the people should migrate. That is only what it says about the border disputes. And one or the other way, the people are not supposed to involve over there in this. Everyone should maintain the healthy relation, and that what we made. Even that created a big problematic because of these nations, and that nothing but what it describes regarding the one called Bangladesh. Yeah, after completion of Bangladesh, the last nation where we are having connection, that is what we called India and Sri Lanka. As you can see, this Sri Lanka, it's an island country, and India down what we can find Indian Ocean. So what things have happened for this island country here? As just now what we have listened, the important principles which was described by Pandit Jawaharlal Nehru, not to interfere in internal affairs. That is the reason we have lost our young, dynamic, the former Prime Minister, the assassination of Rajiv Gandhi. So here, that is what they say, when Sri Lanka attacked the Tamil militants, that is only the reason like we are sending from Tamil Nadu to Sri Lanka to solve the situation over here. But LTT, Liberation of Tamil Tigers, Elam, that made to attack of the one, and that what it has been caused immense blood and violation of human rights, and disabled to Sri Lanka to lost our great leader or the former Prime Minister Rajiv Gandhi. And as you know that Sri Lanka got independence in the year 1948, nothing but freedom in 1948, and India and Sri Lanka have cultural, ethnic and economic relations. So all these are the relations what we have maintained and followed. But though we followed all these things, but what was the thing, what we got overall at last? This enabled Sri Lanka to finally bring a cessation of military conflict on the island. That's what we have seen. We have seen, and we have lost our, the former Prime Minister, Rajiv Gandhi. And that was the relation what we maintain, and that is the reason Nehru says that clearly, not to involve in internal affairs. So all these are only the relations like what we have learned, like India's relation with China, India's relation with Pakistan, India's relation with Bangladesh, and India's relation with Sri Lanka. So at last, what we are decided means only to have a mutual cooperation, understanding the nations through international level, and maintain peace. These are the things what we are maintaining. But even though the situation and terms how it turns, we doesn't know that, but maintaining of peaceful attitude is good. That all what it describes regarding the one. So that's it. Have a nice day. Thank you.